Oh my gosh, it's literally midnight when I'm starting to record this. I'm so delusional. This episode is going to be so insane, not just because it's midnight and I am so sleep deprived, I'm delusional, but because this entire story time is honestly crazy and there's so many specific little details and little story times within the big story time, and I think it's going to be a really fun episode. But I'm filming this at midnight because this episode needs to go up tomorrow. I literally got home from this trip today at like 5 p.m. I came home, I took a little shower, I took a little snooze, I ate some dinner, I went live on TikTok, and now we're here. I've been doing my podcast for 22 weeks and I haven't missed a single upload, which I'm very proud of myself because, I'm pretty consistent on like my YouTube channel and everything, but I can be inconsistent from time to time. So I'm very proud of myself that I've been able to go consistently for 22 weeks, and I just decided this wasn't going to be the week that I messed that up for myself. So I'm recording this midnight, the day before it has to go up, and it's gonna have to work. I haven't even introed this. Hello, welcome to another episode of my podcast, Things Could Be Worse. I'm your host, Baileydedrick, and today we are diving into the phenomenon that is Rock the South. We're gonna be this is a tell-all of what happened this past weekend at Rock the South in Alabama. I'm going to explain what Rock the South is if you don't know what it is, because I honestly didn't really know what it was. Like, I heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. But there's a lot to cover. And this was probably the most chaotic weekend that I've had in a really long time, which is saying something, considering my last episode was me ranting about how chaotic my life has been. Like, I've been talking about how chaotic my weekends have been, how much I've been doing, how crazy things have been. And this took that to a whole different level. Also, I've been talking with like this lingering Southern accent. I can't pronounce my L's. Like, I just said whole instead of whole. Because like country, I've been around way too many country motherfuckers. I can't. My brother was just making fun of me, but it's literally not even, like, I can't even control it. So if I'm talking like Southern, but not even Southern, like some rip off like Party City hat country, if I'm talking like that, that's why. Like, it's been a tough week. Okay, it's been a really tough week. Like I already said, there's a lot to talk about today. There's a lot to inform you guys on, and I don't really have the energy or the brain cells to comprehend anything else to talk about that's like going on in my life right now. So we're just going to dive right into this past weekend. There really isn't like any other updates I can think of, but I just planned out detail by detail everything that happened from the second that I found out about Rock the South to me getting home today. So, and it's on this little piece of paper. If you guys could see this, it's so confusing. This is going to be all over the place. I'm already predicting that this is going to be insane. So to start this off, if you guys listened to last episode, you would know that I went to a different country little music festival with my boyfriend in Chicago. It was called Windy City Smokeout, and the entire time that I was there, I was having a great time. It was so much fun, but Sadie kept texting me that she had an extra pass for Rock the South and she really wanted me to come because she wanted another girl with her, and she just wanted me to come and experience, all of her like Southern, I don't even know. I used to call them the Nashville TikTok boys, but they don't even like live in Nashville. They literally live in Alabama now. So like, I don't know what to call them. They're just like country TikTok boys, like Cowboy Creesh and like, I don't know. I think you guys might know what I'm talking about. If not, like, go do your research, because I don't have time to sit here and I don't even know these people. I can't give you a description. Like, I don't know. Sadie was just texting me all like that whole time I was in Chicago that I should book a flight and that I should come to Alabama for Rock the South. And I honestly had like no thought in my mind that was telling me that I would actually go. I was kind of like, okay, like let me peek at flights. Like if it's not too expensive, I'll maybe consider it, or like let me figure out my plans. Let me just think about it, sit on it for a sec. And I was doing that, but I really didn't think that I was going to go. Because like I said, I've been overdoing it. Like I've just been doing way too much and I just needed some rest, but I just kind of, that kind of just wasn't an option. I guess it totally was an option. I don't know why I don't know. No, I'm really glad that I went. But it was just, I'm confused. So I'm kind of looking at flights and they're definitely expensive, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll do it. I was talking to my brother. My brother was like, you're going to meet so many cool people. You've never been to Alabama. Rock the South is like a super cool thing to go to. You're getting like free tickets, like your free pass to go. Like definitely just go. And then I was like, okay, I'll go. So I'm about to book my flight to Alabama. And I'm like, okay, wait. So I'm booking this flight to Alabama. I don't know when Sadie's going to Alabama. I don't even know where in Alabama. Like, if you told me where Alabama was on a map, I couldn't tell you. I don't know where the cities in Alabama are. The festival is in Coleman, Alabama. And the closest airport, I think, is Birmingham, which is about an hour south. And I was going to fly into there and then I don't even know. Like, this Cowboy Creesh was offering to come pick me up, and I've only met Cowboy Creesh once before this, so I was like, you know, I kind of feel bad making him drive to pick me up, and I don't really feel like comfortable staying with people that I've literally never met before. Like, I definitely could, but I feel like it just, I don't know, I wouldn't have loved that. So I decided to fly into Pensacola instead of flying directly into Alabama, just because then I'll be with Sadie and me and Sadie can drive up to Alabama together because it's a pretty close drive. So I booked my flight 2 days before I'm supposed to leave. I get back from Chicago and I'm immediately unpacking and repacking for another country music festival. I get on my flight, everything goes smoothly. I get to Pensacola, Sadie picks me up, we go to her house for a little bit, and then we shower, she finishes packing, and then we head to Tuscaloosa. We had two options going into this. We could either drive to Tuscaloosa that night, which is what we did, or we could wait to drive to Alabama until the morning and drive straight to Coleman or Birmingham. And, you know, we just didn't want to have to wake up super early and go like drive 4 hours because we didn't know what time everybody else would want to go to the festival. We didn't know the plan whatsoever. So we're like, it's probably smarter to just drive to Tuscaloosa tonight, even though it's like an hour out of the way. Just drive to Tuscaloosa where everybody is staying. It was like Cowboy Creesh, Caden McGuire, Kristen, Whitney. I feel like, I don't know. I don't even know these people. Now I do. I don't know. Tyler, Jaden, Lane. I'm blanking. There's just a whole group of people, and they're all staying at this house in Tuscaloosa that Tyler just bought. But there really wasn't room for us, so our plan was to just like stop, say hi to everybody at Tyler's, and then go sleep at Tyler's parents' house just because they're nice and they offered for us to do that. So when we finally got to Tuscaloosa, which let me tell you, it was the longest drive of our entire lives. It was only like 4 hours, but it felt like 8. I don't know. We were driving in pitch black darkness, so that's probably why it felt so long. But we got to Tuscaloosa and we said hi to everybody. I don't know, like it was super chill. It was kind of like my first time meeting a lot of the people there, and everybody was super nice off the bat. I have no complaints about anybody that I met this past weekend. Like everybody was really sweet. There was definitely some weird things that happened and like some weird drama that got stirred up, but at the end of it, like I can say that I like all of them. You know what I mean? I'm taking way too long to explain all of this, and there's 3 more pages of all this, so I gotta hurry up. We sleep at Tyler's parents. We wake up in the morning. We were gonna take Sadie's car and just drive alone and just meet them at the Airbnb in Coleman or in Birmingham or whatever. I don't even know where the Airbnb was, but the Airbnb was like an hour away from the festival. So we were going to all meet at the Airbnb and then go to the festival together in Tyler's Sprinter van, which is like this big van. Okay. When we were sitting at Publix, we got a call from Kristen and she was like, why don't you guys just ride with us to the festival? Because like we're not going to the Airbnb first. Like, you don't have anywhere to put your car. And we were like, oh, shoot. Sadie loves bringing her car everywhere, so I could tell she was, like, getting a little bit stressed out. I was fine going with whatever, but it's definitely less stressful when you have a way out. Like, if you want to just drive and go get food really quickly in the morning and you're able to do that, it's so nice. Like, anytime I'm on a trip without a car, it's just, like, so much more stressful. So the conclusion of this whole thing is that we leave Sadie's car at Publix and we have to pack all of our stuff into this Sprinter van that's already packed with people. I don't even remember who was in there. It was like Tyler, Chris and Whitney's friend Savannah, Kristen's little sister. I don't even know. There was other people. I don't know. Some of the guys went on a tour bus in the morning. They got picked up really early and went there super early on a tour bus. I'm really not sure. It's all kind of a blur at this point. We get all of our stuff in this Sprinter van. Me and Sadie are sitting in the way back seats. And this is a really nice, like, Mercedes. I really know shit about cars. I think it's a Mercedes Sprinter van, and it's really nice. There's cool lights in there. There's comfy chairs, but there's no fucking air conditioning for some reason. The entire weekend, we were driving like hour and a half places back and forth. Like our Airbnb was like an hour away from the festival grounds because there's just nothing. Like Coleman, where the festival is, there's nothing around there. There's no Airbnbs, and if there is B&Bs, they're all already booked. So the Airbnb that Kristen got, that we were so gratefully able to stay at, because I had no idea where we would be sleeping, and Kristen was like, you guys can stay here, like no big deal. So that was super sweet. Thank you, Kristen. You're definitely not watching this, but thank you. So me and Sadie are sweating our asses off in the back of this Sprinter van. We're like stressed out because we had gotten ready, like completely ready for the festival, just in case we were going straight there, but like we fully thought we were going to be able to stop at the Airbnb and like touch ourselves up. So we're kind of like, oh my gosh, people are starting to drink. We're like sitting in the back of the bus sweating our asses off, just, you know, trying to calm down for a second. But we eventually get to the festival, and we have like a security escort to like bring our Sprinter van back into like the campground where the tour bus is already parked. So we have like our own little private spot that's kind of like outside of the festival, so we can just like hang out outside without being inside. I don't know if this makes sense, but we bring the Sprinter over there. We go into the tour bus. We're kind of like touching up our makeup, going to the bathroom, cooling off because it was so hot. I am not used to this type of heat. Alabama is a different fucking breed of like hotness. At least this past weekend, I honestly was dripping, drenching. You could wring my clothes out every single day. I swear. Like, you could take my shirt off and wring it out and like sweat would drip out of it. A little bit after that, me and Sadie are kind of looking around, and we're noticing that everybody has their little all access passes except for us. And you know, I'm not one to sit here and be like entitled, because first of all, I didn't even know I was coming to this shit until 2 days ago. Second of all, I don't expect to have all access at anything because I'm a low-key a nobody. And then third of all, I don't even know if like the person in charge of this, which I'm not gonna name any names when it comes to like these specific things, but like I don't even know, like this person doesn't even know me. I don't even know if he knew that I was coming type of thing. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, where the fuck is my pass? You know what I mean? But you know, Sadie was told that she would get a pass for me and for her. And these passes just make it super easy to get in and out of different areas in the festival, and kind of, you just kind of have access to everything because it's all access. So it just makes it easier, a lot easier. And we are kind of noticing we don't have our passes. So Sadie goes up to the kid that's in charge and is like, hey, like, where are our passes? And he was like, I already gave them to you. And Sadie was like, no, you didn't. And then he just like completely ghosted us. Not actually, like he was still like right there by us, but he just like didn't say anything else about it. And everybody's kind of like confused, and like people are kind of bickering back and forth, like trying to figure out how we can get our passes or how we're going to like navigate this, because it's like we need some sort of pass to be here. Like they're not going to let us into the festival. Luckily, Sadie had VIP tickets. Just like, it's just like you can buy VIP tickets. There's like a whole VIP area and you can buy it. But like she got free tickets from Rock the South because they're super sweet. They give them to like a bunch of people, but she got free tickets. So we had 2 VIP tickets. So we would at least have a way into the festival and like be okay to be there. So Kristen was like, okay guys, let's go to the VIP area to get these wristbands. But the VIP area was at the front of the festival grounds, obviously, where the ticketing is, where the check-in is, where all of the general admission is. And we're walking, and this is like right when the festival doors are opening for the first time on the first day, and people are excited. People are feeling great. You know, nobody's like too hot or too exhausted. Yeah, actually, yes, everybody's way too hot. It was way too hot. Within like 3 minutes of being outside, you were sweating your ass off. But we walked to like the front of the festival. We're meeting so many fans. Kristen and Sadie are getting like bombarded because they're definitely like a lot more, I don't know, known, recognized like than I am. So I'm kind of just like in awe. Like they are getting, I don't want to say attacked because they love everybody. Like it's never a bad thing, but it was just like a lot right away. And we were just trying to get our passes, or our VIP wristbands. But we eventually like get to the front and we get our little VIP wristbands, and we're able to like book it back to like the tour bus area. And when we were like going in, we came out, or we were trying to go in the same way we came out, that the way that everybody else was going in and out, and you know, with their little all access passes, the way that the people that we were just told by somebody important that we were able to use this little, fence opening to like come in and out of our area. And when we get back, there's this girl and she is not fucking with us. She is not letting us in. She sees me and Sadie's VIP wristbands and she's like, I can't let you guys in there. Like, what are you guys trying to do? She's like, we're not moving fences. She's like, we got to lock these. Like, I don't know who told you can do this, but you can't. She's like screaming at us. Like, it is a whole big deal. I'm like, our tour bus is right there. Actually, I didn't say anything, but it was like the other girls were like, our tour bus is literally right there. Sprinter van right there. Like, it's just on the other side of this little fence. And she's like, nope, you guys have to walk all the way around, like to the front entrance of the festival. But on like the outside, like it already was such a long walk on the inside, but she was like, you guys have to walk all the way around. And I was like, no, no, because no, like absolutely not. So we like called over some of the people that were like inside that kind of knew more. Like we didn't really know anything because we had just gotten there. And Cowboy Creesh like helped us out and she eventually let us in, but she was like, you guys like can't do this anymore. Like we're closing these fences. I don't know how you guys want to be able to get in and out like otherwise, but this isn't going to work. So we had some little issues and that's kind of the reason that like I was putting such an emphasis on these all access passes, because if we would have had the all access passes and she wouldn't have been like, oh, but you guys are just VIP, like it probably wouldn't have been as big of a deal because it just, I don't know, it's just frustrating. When we got back behind the fence, me and Sadie were just kind of like overwhelmed. We were trying to cool off, so we sat in the Sprinter van for a super long time. We were just like talking. Everybody was like in the tour bus, just hanging out, chilling until the performers came on later that night. Zach Bryan was playing this night, and it was super fun. Actually, it was super chill. The first night was really chill. I think we were just all very exhausted, so nothing really crazy happened. I felt like both me and Sadie were relatively fine, like not too fucked up. We were just like having a good time, hanging out with everybody, like meeting so many of you guys. And then when it's time to go back to the Sprinter at the end of the show, Sadie is like on the fucking floor. She is like head down. She's sitting on the floor with her head up on the back seat of the Sprinter van. Again, we're in the back of the bus, the hottest part. The whole bus is pretty hot, but the back is the hottest part. We just got stuck with the back of bus the entire time. But Sadie's like on the floor. I'm like trying to help her. She's like fine, but I don't know what happened because we were perfectly fine. And then the second we got in the van, she was like not good. So she went up and sat by Tyler and I just sat in the back of the bus and I think I like kind of fell asleep or like started dozing off. And then the next time that I remember anything happening is like we went to a gas station just to get gas, to get food. Everybody was hammered for some reason. Like nobody seemed that like messed up when we left. But then like the second we got to the gas station, the second we got in the van, it was like a shit show. People are like TikToking. These TikTokers are going fucking wild TikToking in this gas station. I am looking for the only food that looks like it won't give me food poisoning. And when I tell you there wasn't many options, there was not many options. I will put a picture on the screen if you're watching visually of this turkey and cheese sandwich that I got. I figured turkey and cheese would probably be like the least harmful out of all the sandwiches that were there. It didn't really mess me up, but it tasted like food poisoning. And I don't even think that's a thing. I don't think it just was really scary looking, but I needed to eat because this entire weekend we would eat like one meal a day because there was so much going on and we really couldn't go into like the general admission area unless we wanted to get like swarmed. And like it's great, but it's just like we're just trying to get food. It's just like it's really difficult. Like it's really, I don't know how to put it. Like I really don't want to sound like a bitch, but like it was really hard to go get food in the festival and there was like food. I don't know. After the gas station, I get in the van and I'm ready to go back to the Airbnb. I'm ready to bring all my stuff in. I'm ready to just chill. I'm ready to go to bed. And then I think we're home and I kind of like look around and I realize we're not home. We're not at the Airbnb. We're at Fisher Perry's Airbnb, which I've never met this kid before. And there's like there wasn't even a lot of people there. We walk in and there's like 5 people in the kitchen. And I was like, why the actual hell are we here? Sadie like runs across the street and like pukes on some like brick wall. I'm in the bathroom. We're just chilling. Sadie's doing handstands in the bathroom to try to get rid of her hiccups. I'm like, what is going on? Why are we here? I don't want to say anything. Like, I'm not in charge here, but like, why are we here? Like, nobody was even having like a conversation. One of the kids that we were with, like, wasn't allowed to come inside. It was like a whole, like, there was like beef going on because like somebody like posted a TikTok with somebody's ex-girlfriend and now they like hate each other. And it's like, come the fuck on. We eventually leave. I don't know why we went there because it was literally an hour out of the way, I swear. Like, it was so unnecessary. But we get back to our Airbnb. and I find a cockroach, and then people start jumping in the pool. Actually, I think I found a cockroach after people started jumping in the pool. It was only like 4 people, I think, that went swimming. I don't know. I was not about to go swimming, though. I couldn't. I went to bed because I was exhausted. The next day, I woke up late as hell. Everybody woke up really late, but I woke up like extra late. I woke up at like 12:30, and I woke up to somebody bringing me a chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A because Kristen's such a sweetie pie. She ordered like chicken minis and fruit and stuff for everybody in the morning, and I woke up to a chicken biscuit being handed to me, and I was like, this is perfect. But I literally thought it was like 9:30 maybe, but it was 12:30 in the afternoon. So I wake up, Sadie comes in because I woke up and she was already gone. She's like, there's a bunch of random guys downstairs and I don't really know who they are and I don't really know what to do. And I was like, what do you mean there's a bunch of random guys downstairs? Like, what? Why would there be, like, everybody just woke up. Why would there be random guys here? Like, is there a darty? Like, are we pre-gaming? What's going on? Come to find out, it was just Kristen's boyfriend Jacob's hometown friends, Aaron and Bryce. And they were fucking sick. I love them. Just like super normal, fun guys. And me and Sadie honestly hung out with them for the next like 2 days, probably more than anybody. And we were also hanging out with Haley, which is Kristen's little sister, a ton. She is so funny. I'm obsessed with her. At this point, we're all kind of on the same page, except for the guys. All of the girls were on the same page. We were all like, oh my gosh, we have to do this again today and then again tomorrow. Like, we were dead from just day one. We were like dreading getting ready. It took us so long to like get up, get moving, like start doing our makeup, start doing our hair. But we eventually started. And then it started raining, and we got this like alert, like Rock the South posted on their Instagram that they were postponing the opening of the gates for that day because it was like raining. So we were kind of just like taking our time even more, just like really chilling, taking our sweet little time. We finally get ready and we start heading to the festival, and I think everything's good. I think everything's fine until we are not at the festival and we're actually at Fisher's once again. And I am not in me element. I'm not in me element at all. Like I said, there isn't a single person that I really met this weekend where I'm like, no, I don't like you. There's people that I definitely got kind of weird vibes from. Not any of the people that I was actually staying with or anything. Everybody that I was staying with and like that came in their little group, super sweet people. Love them all. But I am not in this scene. I don't hang out with other like quote unquote influencers ever. I kind of keep to myself. I like grew my own shit by myself. I feel like TikTokers, like they collab all the time. Like I get it. You make TikToks with each other and it's fun and you gain each other's following and it makes sense. But I'm not the type of person to like show up to a house full of TikTokers and like try to hop in everybody's TikToks just to like get some clout. That's not even how it like was. But like the second that we got to Fisher's, everybody's like on the back patio and they're like making TikToks and like telling me and Sadie to get in them. And there's actually a TikTok that Kristen posted and it's like, come on girls, and it's like everybody's slow-mo walking in pairs, and there was probably like 15 people in this fucking TikTok, and they like kept telling me and Sadie to get in it, and we were like lined up in this little group, and right before we were supposed to walk, we walked off because we were both like, we can't do it because me and Sadie, I don't want this to come off as like pick me or like, oh my god, I'm so fucking real and authentic, but I feel like I want to talk about it because I saw so many comments being like, why the fuck did Sadie and Bailey walk off? It wasn't because we were like trying to be bitches or we like didn't want to be in their TikTok, like fuck them, we don't want to be in this TikTok. It was just like, it feels forced in a way. Like we just walked in 5 minutes ago, said hi to all these girls. I don't even know all their names yet, and I'm gonna like post a TikTok and it's gonna make it look like we're like besties and people are gonna be confused. Like my followers are gonna be like, what the hell, you guys are friends? And like, no, we aren't. But then why are you making TikToks together? I don't know. It's just something feels weird about it. And I feel like if I did it more and it was more like a more normal part of my life, like it's super normal for all them. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to like talk shit and be like, ew, they do this. Like it's fine. It's good. Like I respect them for their hustle. I respect them for, doing all that. But that just isn't me. And I've never been like that. And I don't want to just like, start going to these like little influencer things and just like changing who I am and like what I believe is like, I don't know, like real to me. But we went inside. We were just talking with like the people sitting inside. We were charging our phones. We went out to the Sprinter van and like hung out with, there was like some people in there because like one of the kids wasn't allowed in there. And Whitney's friend was in there and Haley was in there. So we hung out there for a little bit. Just, I don't know, we were only there for probably like 30, 40 minutes, maybe less. And then we finally started heading to the festival. And on the way to the festival, we got a call. Oh, I wanted to say that Tyler wasn't with us this day. It's Tyler's Sprinter van, but Jacob was driving it this day because Tyler went earlier with the boys, okay? With some of the boys. That made no sense. So Jacob's driving the Sprinter van. He gets a call and they're like, you cannot bring this Sprinter van back here into this like camp area where the tour bus is because you're going to get stuck. It's been raining all day. It's super muddy. There's like mud trails. You can't bring it in. And we're like, oh my gosh, no. Because the only other parking is like miles away from the entrance, especially where we were entering. It wasn't just like the front gates where all the like parking is, like it's way back there. We were like, okay, we're just gonna go for it. Eventually we got like security to help us like get through and like skip some of the line to like go. And we get back here and it's like not too bad at first. We're just driving through the campground, like making our way to our little area by the tour bus, and there is some mud, but it's not too bad. And then we turn a corner. There's like it's like the home stretch, right? We have like a football field length to get before we get to our spot by the tour bus. And we see some mud and we're all kind of like, oh shit, what do we do here? And at some point, Jacob just decides to gun it. And he's like, I'm going to fucking go for it. He just fucking goes. We're in the back of the bus screaming, cheering. We're like, go Jacob. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting it. Yeah. Tires spinning. We're stuck in the fucking mud. We're stuck deep in the mud. We almost made it, but we just got stuck on like the last little part, and we're in a big ass Sprinter van. We can't like just get out and push it like a normal car. Like this is a big van. It's really heavy. There's so many people inside of it. It's not looking good for us. Everybody hops out of the van. All of the guys take their boots off, take their shoes off, take their shirts off. They're like rolling around in the mud trying to get this van, or they're pushing it, they're pulling it, they're trying to like go knock on people's campers, seeing if they have like a tire strap or whatever, if anybody's truck is willing to help us get out. Like it is a mess. Me and honestly, yeah, I don't even know actually what I was doing. I think I was just observing. I really wasn't helping. But what the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, you want me to get back there and push the van? What the fuck what do you think that's gonna do? It's probably gonna make things worse. Actually, I did make things worse. Anyways, eventually there's a nice man, and he's like, let me hook up this like towing thing to my truck and we're gonna get you out of here. So they hook up to the back of the truck. Whitney and Kristen hop in the front seat, and Whitney's whipping this shit. They're pulling it out of the mud. The truck's going, it finally gets up. Whitney's steering, she gets us back. We end up parking like far down, and everything's pretty much fine. We walk to the tour bus, and it's already literally like 8:30, 9 p.m. when we get there, and this festival only goes till like midnight. So we got there really late. After we got in there, we immediately kind of had to head into the festival just because Bailey Zimmerman was about to play and then Riley Green was playing later. Let me tell you, it is so easy to get lost in this place. Like, people are running off. There's like little groups of like influencers, I guess. Like, there's kind of like a whole area where like most of us were hanging out the whole time, but sometimes, you know, we would wander around, like change up our places, and people would get lost. So we're kind of like up at the front of the stage because we wanted to get closer for Bailey, and there wasn't like a ton of people there yet, like packed in. Like for the main shows it's packed, but for the Bailey Zimmerman part, like it wasn't super packed. So we were like pushing up to the front, and four of our friends, actually. I don't know how the fuck they got up there. I don't know when they got up there, but we look at the fucking Jumbotron, the big screens on the side of the stage, and we see Jaden and Lane behind the DJ booth, like on the stage, just like dancing, like doing like some little head nod shit, and we're like, what the fuck? So like Whitney and Kristen and some of the other people like see this, and they take off. They start running, and I'm like, Sadie, come on. And Sadie's talking to a fan, and she can't leave, and I just see everybody take off like away from us, and I'm like, oh shit, like we lost them for good. They're gone. And I say by Sadie, obviously, why the fuck did I say it like that? Say by Sadie, and we're literally with Aaron and Bryce, Jacob's friends. We're with Aaron and Bryce, and we're like, okay, well, everybody took off. We're not finding them anytime soon. There's no service at this festival. Absolutely zero. I was on SOS the entire time. Couldn't send a text. Couldn't even like load my Snapchat. Like, I would go on my Snapchat, it would just be a white screen. Like, names didn't even load. It was crazy. So we're kind of like, all right, well, let's pass the time until Bailey comes on, since he wasn't on just yet, and let's go get some food. So we go into this food tent, and we buy $30 burgers. They were good because we were starving to death, like literally starving, but like $30, and it was the VIP tent. This is what I don't like about festivals. It's like you're charging people, like VIP you can buy. Like, obviously our tickets we got through the festival for free, but like people, like everyday schmegular people can buy VIP tickets, and obviously VIP tickets are a lot more expensive than general admission. And then there's like VIP tents with like VIP bathrooms. It's like shorter drink lines, shorter food lines, but you're paying so much more. You expect to walk in there. I don't expect to walk in there and buy a $30 burger. I get maybe like $20. $30 burger is insane. Insane. It's like you're already paying so much for VIP, and then you have to buy a $35 burger. And like, oh my, yeah. Haley went and got drinks, and she got like a beer and like 2 little drinks, and it was like $60. What the fuck? What? So that's literally insane. But we got our burgers. We were just chilling. We started listening to Bailey Zimmerman. We were just doing our own thing, having fun. We eventually found everybody again, and it was fine. I don't really think anything too significant happened that night. Ooh, just wait. So we leave the festival and we walk very, very far to the Sprinter van. We kind of got separated again towards the end, but me and Sadie and like some other people were just like, let's just walk to the Sprinter van and wait for everybody, because everybody knows to meet here. So we'll just like wait here for them. And we wait there. We're waiting. It's probably like 30 minutes. 30 minutes go by. We're still just waiting. And then we get over there. Jaden pulls up. And for some reason, Sadie thinks it's a good idea to start chewing his ass out about something that we thought he did, that he didn't do. We were both convinced. Like, she was explaining it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. I don't fucking know. I don't know anything. I don't know. But she's like bitching at him, and I'm like, oh gosh, like this is a lot right now. This is a lot. I can like kind of hear her like yelling around the side of the van. And I'm like, okay, like go off, girl. Yeah, come to find out he did nothing wrong. Super awkward for her. So everybody finally gets back to the Sprinter van. We all get in our seats. We're all ready to go. And Jaden and Lane are outside of the van. And they're like, we don't know if we want to come. Like, Jaden's probably like pissed off at this point, or like in a kind of a bad mood, because Sadie just like went off at him. And he was like, I'm just going to go to Fisher's and not like ride back with y'all. I'm going to sleep at Fisher's tonight. And we were like, okay, whatever. But then like, I think people were trying to get them to come, and then they didn't want to come, and then they did want to come, and then like there wasn't room for them, and then we made room for them, and then it was just like a whole like process. We finally get them in the van. Everything's good. We start the van. We start driving. We're stuck again. It's another like 45-minute process. There's a camper right next to us, like literally a foot away. This guy's like out there with his friends, and he's like laughing at us, like offering me a beer. Obviously, I'm not helping again. I'm just geeking. Me, Kristen, and Sadie were honestly just laughing our asses off. Kristen's like taking hilarious videos of like all these boys trying to get the van out of the mud again. And I'm just like chatting it up with these like 35-year-old guys that are just like camping. So that was fun. They eventually got it out. Another truck had to help us. And then we left. We went home. We stopped at another gas station. Sadie brought a shirt, like a random ass shirt. I'm trying to think of, I think I bought Pringles and a beef stick, maybe. I thought I was like completely sober. I really didn't drink at all. Like I did, but like barely this day, because we got there so late and then we went straight into the festival, and I wasn't going to spend $30 on a drink. So I really wasn't drinking a whole lot. But I couldn't have been, because when I got back to the house, there was a little cockroach running around our little door area, and I literally just picked it up and threw it in the toilet. And I would never do that sober. I've never even seen a cockroach. My ass living in Wisconsin, I don't think we have cockroaches here. I've never seen a live cockroach, ever. And there was cockroaches all over this house, because it was like in like this woodsy, like, ugh, I hated it. But I picked this bitch up, flushed it down the toilet, went to bed, woke up the next day again at like 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. And they were like, do you want anything from Chipotle? Like, Jacob's going to pick up Chipotle. And I was like, fuck yeah, need a burrito bowl right now. Order burrito bowl, eat it, slowly start getting ready again for the next day, for the last day. We're finally finally almost done, right? We got there later again this day because we took our sweet time getting ready, but we didn't get there as late as we did the previous day. We get there, we're saying hi to everybody, we're kind of like starting to drink a little, we're going to the bathroom, just hanging out, and then we go into the festival, and me and Sadie both kind of collectively agreed at this point that there was so much. I'm not even explaining all of like the little like dramatized like events that have taken place, but there was just like a lot. Like when you're at something like this with a whole group of people, there is like little arguments, little bickering, little like stuff going on, and it just adds up and it gets very exhausting, especially when you're completely on the outside of it. Like I shouldn't even feel anything from it because I'm not involved, but it's almost like worse because I don't know what's going on and I just see people like arguing and stuff. It's nothing serious, but there was just so much going on. It was so dramatic half of the time, and me and Sadie were both like, okay, this is our last day here, like we're ready to go, we're going hard, we are having fun tonight. So somehow we didn't buy a single drink all night. We just had people bringing us drinks. With the all access pass you could get free drinks, so we were making Krish go get us drinks, which thank you, Krish, you are our saint. Also, he watched us literally the entire weekend to make sure that we didn't die, so thanks so much, really appreciate it. Sadie kept going missing. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know where she was half the time, because when she's like not in her right mind, I mean, she'll always talk to fans no matter what. Like some of her fans were even like coming to me like, oh my God, I feel so bad, like, you know, like interrupting her fun and like saying something. I'm like, no, like we literally love it. Like it isn't like, yes, it can get like a lot, like it's like kind of overwhelming, especially when there's so much going on, but we would not trade it for the world. And I know that Sadie loves all of her fans so fucking much, and that she will give time to each and every single one of them. You know what I mean? Like she will not just like ignore you. Like if she ignored you, if you saw her in this past weekend and you said something to her and she had to run and like not say anything to you, it's because either I or Krish was pulling her away because we needed to get somewhere really fast and we just did not have time to stop and talk. And I'm very sorry because I probably did that too, but like she would never do that. She is so sweet. She's great. But when she's not in her right mind, she'll talk to fans for like 30 minutes, and I'm not going to sit there and just like eavesdrop on the conversation. So I'll just go and I'll like, you know, walk around by myself, which is probably not like by myself. Like I'm in a whole group of people that I like kind of know at this point, but I'm like talking to people, you know, making new friends, just like doing my own thing. I'm having a great time. And yeah, next time I see Sadie, she's on some kid's shoulders. And I'm like, oh, it's literally the Going Mobile guy, like the Nelk. He's like signed with Nelk. He like goes mobile and asks like who's the hottest girl, or like who's the hottest guy, like whatever. She's on his shoulders and then she's on his back, and I'm like, okay, I can't fucking deal with this right now. So I kind of walk away. I'm doing my own thing again. I honestly couldn't even tell you what I was doing. Like I remember what I was doing, but I think I was just listening to music by myself. Like I was just taking it in and just like enjoying it, and I don't even know who was by me. But I don't know, I think I had fun. Sadie's like signing people's bodies. She's like signing girls like chests. She's signing guys like backs, like giving them tramp stamps. It's just, her signature is literally I heart DILFs, and then she like signs her name really shittily. So she was like signing people. Tyler's standing on some kid's shoulders, like jumping on his shoulders. We're all like mosh pitting. I'm fucking getting sturdy, line dancing on the fucking floor. 8 people have their cameras out recording me. I have no idea where those videos are, and I'm so scared to ever see one. It was just like definitely a very crazy night. It was super fun though. We got back to the van later that night, and a few of the people decided to go to Fisher's house just because it was the last night. Fisher was having like a big party. There were so many people there. We didn't want to go at all. Like the people that were like in the van, we didn't want to go at all. So we went back to the house, and there was like a lot of extra room because like the people that rode with us there didn't come with us back. So me and Sadie went up to the front to sit by Tyler just because we felt bad. Also, I want to say Tyler does not drink alcohol at all. Like he was sober the entire weekend. I just don't, like, I just said he was standing on some kid's shoulders. That doesn't sound like a sober activity, but I promise you it is. He just is, like, so fun that he doesn't need the alcohol to, like, do crazy shit like that. So he was completely sober. He was our driver the entire weekend. Even when Jacob drove there, Tyler drove home. So we were good. I promise. So me and Sadie sat by Tyler in the front of the van just because we didn't want him to be alone. And then we ordered food. We ordered McDonald's, I believe, and then it got canceled right when we got back to the house. I went upstairs and I changed and I was starving. I started eating a beef stick and a stick of cheese. I had no other food to eat. Literally starving. So hungry. So fucking hungry. I decide after I eat this beef stick and this cheese that I desperately need to go into the bathroom and start vomiting because I could not, like my stomach was turning. The only thing I had in it was vodka waters, which I don't talk about drinking a lot just because I'm underage. I, again, don't want to like promote underage drinking, but at the end of the day, like all my friends do it, all the fucking people I know my age do it, and I don't want to glorify it, but I want to be able to tell stories like this without like sugarcoating shit. We got handed vodka waters, double shot. Me and Sadie were both convinced that they were water, straight water. We gave it to like 3 people to try, and they were like, ew, what the fuck is this? We thought it was water. That's kind of telling you what level we were at. Everything was good though. We were safe. I remember everything. It's like a little blurry because everything kind of gets mushed together and there's so much going on. I didn't like black out or anything. Like I was very safe. I'm always very responsible. I never push myself farther than I can handle. But I was getting there. You know what I mean? I was getting there. So I puke. So I puke and I feel a lot better, but I'm still starving. And then luckily some Arby's gets delivered. Don't know where the fuck that came from. But Sadie was missing for so long. Like from the time I started changing to me eating my beef stick alone in the bed to me puking, Sadie was gone. She was hanging out in like Haley's room. They ordered Taco Bell while I was missing. I think I was actually the one missing. Now that I'm thinking about it, everybody was together and I was the one missing. Sadie wasn't missing. I was missing. They were Taco Bell, some kid that was there. Everybody was like ordering like 1 or 2 things from Taco Bell. Some kid ordered like 9 tacos. And it was just really funny. Like it's fine. It was just really funny. Like who does that? Who orders 9 tacos? I mean, I get it. Like we had not eaten in like 3 days. But they got Taco Bell while I was puking upstairs, which I'm kind of sad. I wish I would have gotten Taco Bell, but I ended up eating like a few chicken nuggets and some curly fries. And then there was some drama. I don't want to talk about it because this is not my life. And it's also not even like my friends' lives. Like I don't even know these people. And like I just met them. I don't want to like be the person to like just meet somebody and then start talking shit and like exposing all their drama online. But also giving the fact that these people's lives, online presence at least, is full of drama all the time. I feel like they probably wouldn't give that much of a fuck. And I'm not going to name names. But I kind of already named names. But fuck it. I find Sadie. I find Haley. I find Tyler. I don't even know who else was even at the house at this point, but we all meet back up and we notice that Jaden and Lane just got home from Fisher's and we see them walking up to the front door with like 2 girls. I don't know the other one's name. I guess it doesn't really matter. Skyla and someone. Elisa. Skyla and Elisa pulled up because they were stranded at Fisher's and they had no way of getting back and they needed to get back. And like it was easier to Uber from there than it was to Uber from Fisher's, I guess. I don't know. They came back, but we noticed that like Lane and Jaden were there, but Whitney and her friend were not there. I just said I wasn't going to name names, and here I am naming all of the names. So we're missing Whitney and Savannah, and we're like, oh, okay, guys, like where the fuck are they? Because we have to leave in the morning. Like we plan on leaving like early the next morning. We're like, where are they? Like, are they sleeping there? Like, how are they going to get home in the morning? Are they going to come home tonight? Like, what's the vibe? Apparently there was no Ubers available from Fisher's house here. So somebody like gave them a ride and they like, I don't even know. Like Whitney and Savannah couldn't fit in the car or something. There's like all of this drama going on because we're just trying to figure out how to get them back. And it, like I said, it's like an hour drive. Like there and back, it's probably almost over an hour. And we're just sitting in the driveway, like trying to figure out how to get them back. There's like so much like arguing going on, so much going on. I'm just like laughing. At this point in the night, it's like 3-4 a.m. We're all like hammered. but like kind of starting to sober up, but like you're at the point where you're so sleep deprived and so delusional that like everything is fucking funny. So we were just like laughing. Me and Sadie probably were laughing for like 3 hours straight this night. It was honestly, everything was so funny for no reason. We're all just sitting in the driveway talking for like 45 minutes, just like geeking about random shit and like talking about how to get these girls back to the Airbnb. And then we finally go inside, and then we like go upstairs for a second or do something, and we come back down and Tyler's gone. Tyler so nicely, so graciously decided to drive and go pick the girls up because they had no other option, which that just kind of shows like the person that Tyler is. Like I said, I just met him for the first time, and I can tell you that he is probably like the nicest one out of all of them. They're all super sweet, but like I think the vibe that I get from Tyler is that he would do anything for the people that he cares about. And you don't find a lot of people like that. You'll find a lot of people that will say they'll do anything for the people they care about, but when it actually comes down to it, they won't. But like Tyler is gonna drive at fucking 3 a.m. an hour there and an hour back to pick up his friends because they have no other option. And like a lot of people wouldn't do that. They'd be like, you have to figure it out, like call an Uber in the morning, or like keep trying to get an Uber, try to get a ride. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a long way to drive. So Tyler was super nice to do that. We went to bed probably at like 5 a.m. And then we woke up the next day to Jaden opening our door and like freaking us the fuck out. He's like, it's 9:40. We got to be out of here at 10. He doesn't even talk like that. I get confused. Some of them have like crazy, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's like, we're leaving in 20. Like, get your stuff ready. We're leaving in 20. He's like freaking us out for no reason. So we get up, we brush our teeth. It stopped recording, obviously. Sadie jumps in the shower. I start packing my stuff up. We're like getting all of our stuff together. And halfway through this process, we realize there is not a peep of noise in the whole rest of the house, except for next door. Aaron and Bryce, Jacob's friends, hometown friends, who were so fucking fun the whole weekend. They're the only ones ready to go, and they're not even riding in the van with us. They had their own car there, and they were just leaving on their own, but they were up before everybody else. Like, we're fully stressing out, like trying to get all of our stuff together really quick, and we just all of a sudden stop, and we're like, nobody else is awake right now, are they? Nope. So we kind of like walk downstairs. We're just hanging out. I order Starbucks. Kristen comes upstairs. We hang out with Kristen on the living room couch for probably 2 hours. Nobody wakes up. We're like sitting in the driveway, like barefoot on the driveway. We're just sitting there soaking in the sun. I don't even know. We were just like talking about the weekend, you know, just having like a little girly talk in the living room and, you know, waiting for everybody else to get up. And then we didn't end up leaving until like 2 p.m., maybe 1 p.m., 1 or 2 p.m. We were supposed to leave at 10 a.m. and we had been up since 9:40. I'm so mad. I got like 3 hours of sleep. And I could have slept way longer than that. But honestly, like the morning was nice. I just wanted to get the heck out of there. Sadie had some like really bad asshole pain on our way home. She was on her period and I think she was getting like cramps. You know, like if you're a girl, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I get this. I don't know if this is like happens to everybody. But sometimes on my period, like when I'm experiencing bad cramps, I'll get like sharp shooting pains into my ass. Like into my asshole. Like it's not in the front where cramps normally are. It's like in my ass. And I think she was experiencing this kind of for the first time. And it was like to a level that like was not good. She was literally at one point like asking like where the closest hospital was. And Tyler was like, what? She was like, never mind. She was like, I felt so bad because it's one of those things where like there's really nothing you can do to help. Especially like we didn't know what it was. Like I knew deep in my heart it was just like period cramps. But she was like starting to freak herself out worrying about like, you know, ovarian cysts and stuff, like just because, you know, when you're in that much pain, like shit just like starts going in your brain and you're like scared. But the pain eventually kind of passed and she started feeling better. I just feel bad that like she had to go through that. Like we finally get out of this house and then this is what happens. Like she's in pain the whole ride. We get back to Tuscaloosa and we get dropped off at Publix and this is it. We're out of this bitch. Everybody was kind of like, are you going to come back to the house? Absolutely not. We were out of this bitch so quickly. We drove back to Pensacola. We ended up getting back there pretty late that night. We showered, we just hung out, I edited some. We went to bed and I set my alarm for 10 a.m. the next day. That's pretty much all for the festival, but I'm just going to continue on until this point that I'm sitting here right now. We wake up the next day, it's not 10 a.m. Somehow I turned my alarm off and we woke up at noon, of course. I have one day in fucking Florida. I have one day to go to the beach. I have one day to get in the sun and get in the ocean. And of course we sleep till noon, like of course. So we kind of start, at noon, we start getting ready to go to the beach. We just like throw on a swimsuit. We leave. It's like a 40-minute drive to the beach, maybe 30, 40, something like that. My voice keeps cracking because my throat is so dry right now. We get Chick-fil-A on the way to the beach, and me and Sadie just spent like 6 hours at the beach, and it was so nice. So nice. I got a little burnt, but not too bad. I needed it. I honestly needed it. After the beach, we went to this restaurant called Crabs, and I got probably 4 pounds of crab. It was all you can eat Mondays, or all you can eat snow crab Monday. And I was in Florida for crab. I was like, Sadie, I've been craving crab for 6 months and I live in Wisconsin. There ain't no way in hell I'm getting crab here. People do it. Like some restaurants have crab here, but I don't trust that. Like the amount of times it's been frozen and unfrozen and transferred and shipped across the country, it's like, I don't trust that. At least if you're in Florida, like that the crabs are probably coming from relatively nearby. Obviously, it probably is also frozen and stuff, but it just, I don't know. It feels better. It feels better to eat crab on the ocean than it does to eat it in the middle of farmland. So I requested to Sadie a few days earlier. I was like, hey, when we get to Pensacola, can we get crab? And she was like, yeah, bet. So we go to this crab's place. Luckily, it's all you can eat Monday. And I get my first plate. It was not the best crab I've ever had, but I would probably assume that it tastes better on nights that it's not all you can eat. It probably is better on Mondays, but they probably have so much crab and they're making so much crab that they can't really they probably just have crab on deck. They're not making it to order where they probably usually are, because not a ton of people get crab. I mean, the place is called Crabs, so maybe they do, but I don't know. All you can eat Monday, definitely they have a lot more crab on deck, you know what I mean? So it wasn't the best crab ever, but I got my fix. I got my little seafood, my little whatever I needed to get through. I ate way too much crab. I had the worst stomachache ever, and I took the fattest shit today at the airport, and I swear it was all just crab. Not that it looked like crab, but I know it was that crab, because that's pretty much the only thing I've eaten. Chick-fil-A and crab. That's it. All week. It was super nice to have a day. I wish I was low-key there for one more day just to hang out with Sadie alone, because yes, we were in our own room at the B&B, and we were off at the festival alone a lot, but it's so nice seeing her. And I honestly get so sad when I leave her, because I have a lot of good girlfriends in my life, but a lot of them, most of them, all of them pretty much, are moving away to college very, very soon. And I'm very terrified of that, because having good, strong female relationships in your life is so important. Having good girlfriends is so important. I value that so much. And I'm honestly really scared for when all my friends go to college and move away. Most of them are moving. I have friends going to Savannah, Tampa, 2 that are going to Tampa, Arizona. I have 2 friends going to Arizona. I have friends moving 2.5 hours away. It's just, I don't know. It's scary. And I cherish me and Sadie's friendship so much, even though we've probably only hung out you could count on your fingers the amount of times we've seen each other, but we are such good, I don't know, I feel we're just really good together, and we're able to relate on not only just girly things, having a good girlfriend, but then also the social media stuff. And not a lot of people in social media, all the people that we were with this weekend, they do social media and they do TikTok and stuff, but they can't relate to a lot of the things that me and Sadie can relate about, because they don't do YouTube, and YouTube is such a different world, and we both have done it for so long, and I don't really have a lot of friends that do YouTube, so it's really nice to have her, and I appreciate her a lot. So I get really sad leaving her, but hopefully we can spend a lot more time together this upcoming school year, because I'm not going to be in school, and all the past years that I've known her, I've been in school during the winter. So we've kind of talked about going to SoFlo and just getting a B&B for a month. Hopefully that happens. But yeah, love Sadie. So nice of her to let me tag along this weekend and let me stay at her house and just vibe, meet all these fucking sick people. I hope to see them again soon. Yeah, that story took the life out of me. I honestly was on autopilot the entire time. What time is it? It's 1 a.m. Okay, so I guess I've only been recording for an hour. About an hour. Not too bad. Not too long of an episode. I'm so tired. It's not even funny, but I need to go eat some food. I need to take my makeup off. I need to brush my teeth. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little much. I know it was probably hard to follow. I don't even know if I explained anything. Sadie also did an episode on this, and I hope our episodes aren't too similar. I haven't had a chance to listen to hers yet because she uploaded it like literally a couple hours ago while I was planning out mine. And I don't know. I hope that you get a different, like if you listen to both of them, that you're able to get like a different experience or like a different point of view. But it's hard when you're just like reading off bullet points of things that happen. We're like a YouTube video, like when we film, we talked about this weekend with Tyler's mom. Like we both will film the same event, like our Coachella vlogs, for instance. That's like the first video that we had together. We each, I'm gonna like burp. I'm still burping up crab. Swear to God that tasted like crab. That is so scary. Well, I guess it was just last night. That's actually fucked. No, that can't be right. So our Coachella vlogs, we both go to the same event. We film the same shit, but it's a completely different video. You get a different point of view. You get a different vibe. You get different editing. You get so much different stuff, where I feel like when we podcast, it probably is pretty similar because there isn't much you can say that's like personal. Where like you're literally filming a YouTube video through your point of view, and like Sadie's editing is so different from mine, and like our like humor is different, and our aesthetic, like she did, like it's completely different. So I hope the podcast is not too similar, and I'm so sorry I didn't vlog. I have a YouTube video going up this weekend, and I'll explain more of that. I'm really sad. I really wanted to vlog, but guys, it was too much. Like, you see all of this, like I was dripping sweat. I could not carry a camera around. It would probably be fogging up. Like the lens would be fogging up. It just would have been a mess. And like I did try it. Like I did get some, but it was really difficult. Really, really difficult. So I'm very sorry. I will try my best to vlog more in the future, especially like if I'm with these people. If you want to see them, I'll vlog it. If not, like I don't really give a fuck. Like I'm down to just hang out and not vlog it. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening or watching this episode. Please rate and review the pod if you haven't already. Go follow the social media. Things Could Be Worse pod on Instagram and TikTok. Also go subscribe to my Snap. Go add me on Snap. I want to start like vlogging every single day of my life on Snapchat, because I feel like my Instagram, I used to do it on my Instagram, but it's like a little, like Instagram's not casual enough to do it. Like I want to do it on Snapchat, but I don't have anybody on my Snapchat because I made a new Snapchat. I used to have like a lot of like followers or whatever, like subscribers, and I had a lot of you guys like subscribe to me, but I made a new Snapchat. So go snap me. It's baileydedrick with 2 Ks. Okay. I love you so much. Bye-bye. I sound like I'm dying.